they're all saying the same thing. Most people don't understand. If you work with our buyers clients, we talk about having access to homes that's not available online. The problem in real estate today, when the clients come, they're looking to buy a home. What is most real estate agents, they only show homes that's available on the MLS. Before we met, you've been in business for a long time. Somebody wants to buy a home. All you do, you just go to the MLS and you email them home. In fact, there's a class at in our industry, the whole day class on how to email clients. So that's what's the problem today is 2019. What's the problem with emailing homes that's on the MLS? Number one, that everybody does that. Number two, the internet is so advanced now. The MLS is so advanced. The moment you put a listing on the MLS, it gets syndicated to over our MLS now. It's called CRMLS. CRMLS, it gets syndicated to over 15,000 end-user websites. You understand? It's like Zillow, Redfin, ColdwellBanker.com, KW.com, Century21.com, Remax.com. Literally everything is the same because you understand what syndication means? Syndication means they go to MLS and MLS just feed the data to all these companies. They're looking at the same thing. So the consumers, the clients, the buyers, if they're looking to buy a home in Pasadena, for example, they go to any website, they're going to look at that. Email them the same thing. It's only worse. What's worse? There's a delay. They actually seen it faster. Because if you are a DNI, you like when I say we are different, we are exclusive, no one else doing this. The DNI like that verbiage. But for the S, they don't like that. They were like, why are we controversial? Why the heck? Correct. So be careful when we use the words who we speak to. 70% of the population are high S personalities. The reason we give you access to homes that you cannot find online is because so the reason we are doing this is so we can give them access to all homes that match their criteria, regardless. So that's why in order for me to serve you and your family, because you and your family, because you meaning the clients, right? In order for me to serve you and your family, in addition to homes that you see online, every day I will look for homes that match your criteria, including for sale by owners, bank foreclosure, short sale, homes that you cannot see online. Why most agents then, why everybody else doing on the MLS then? Because that's how real estate agents get paid. The MLS, the commission is all. What is MLS? First you need to know what is MLS. But what is that? That's a co-op website. A co-op website means it's an agreement. MLS is kind of like a private club, a private association where each member have an agreement. Kind of like our Titanium. We have an agreement that if it's our in-house, then we treat it this way. Same thing with the MLS. MLS have an agreement. Not every real estate agent is member of the MLS. You understand that, right? Only for MLS members only. The agreement is this. If he's the listing agent, I'm the buyer's agent, MLS requires him to put a commission on the MLS fee, so I don't need to deal with that. So it's a good idea initially, before MLS becoming so advanced. Go back 10 years ago. 10 years ago when the MLS is not that, when technology is not that advanced, then if I'm the buyer's agent, he's the listing agent, it's really good using the MLS. Why? Because now me as a buyer's agent, I have access to Century 21 listing, Remax listing, KW listing, not just that, right? So in 20 years ago, before the MLS around, every company have a book. So Century 21 have their own book of listing, Remax have their own book of listing, and so on. So MLS started as a good idea to solve the problem of me as a buyer's agent have to go to 1,000 different real estate offices and collecting different books. That's why a long time ago there is this association do Caravan. What is the purpose of Caravan? Until today they still do it, which is kind of a little bit useless. But in the past, Caravan is extremely important because that's the only way for me as a buyer's agent to know if you, Century 21 or the other Remax office have access to a new listing. That's the only way. Now, so then when you put your commission there, then now it's okay. So if you put there as a member, we come to an agreement that if you put 3% there, then that's it. I just have to bring my buyers, then you just pay me 3%. I don't need to negotiate. Before the MLS, they have to negotiate. Just like, so what we are doing now is not futuristic. What we are doing now actually going back to the past. Now, the problem is that technology becoming more advanced, and then so now the MLS gets syndicated to 15,000 websites, so then the customer finds the home online. The industry has been so conditioned to only show homes that match the real estate agent commission criteria. That's why it's on the MLS. If it's not on the MLS, the agent are never been trained on how to show homes that match the client's criteria. So if you're the buyers, you're looking to buy homes, then we need to focus on giving them access to homes that match their criteria. But first, you need to understand the reason we are doing this is to focus on giving access to our clients' homes that match their criteria. Because I don't get paid, well, I'm glad you asked. So now I'm going to teach you on how to set your own buyer's broker fee, and then I'm going to teach you on how to negotiate your own buyer's broker fees. And the last step, I'm going to teach you on how to collect your own buyer's broker fees, so we can serve the client. That means every day we are supposed to show them homes that match their criteria, including for sale by owners, expired, canceled, withdrawn, foreclosure, coming soon. The owner of the house, they can decide, they can do whatever the house, it's their house. But we, as the agent who represent the buyer, we need to put our buyer's interest first, which means that I don't want you to not show homes or not put an offer just because of commission. That's why we teach you on how to negotiate your own commission. So because I don't want money preventing you from doing what's best for the client, to not dependent on the MLS. Because if you are not dependent on anybody else, if your income is dependent on your intellect, meaning on your skill, then I just need to work on your skill. Because once you are skillful enough, then you are not afraid to show any home. Does it make sense?